When we think about and honor those who have served, it's usually those who have enlisted. Rightly so, but there is an often overlooked population of people who are also making huge sacrifices for home and country: military spouses.
When you have a spouse in the military, it's difficult because oftentimes their career comes first. They are deployed, they're training, they're out in the field for weeks, months. When emergencies in our nation come up, they're sent to do those things at the drop of a dime.
Chantel Cook is a mother of 3 and a military spouse now living in the Oak Grove, Kentucky area.
My husband is in the Army. He has been in the Army for just about 15 years now, so I've been a military spouse for 15 years. This Fort Campbell is our 6th, I want to say it's our 6th or 7th duty station.
According to the National Military Spouse Network, on average, military families move every 2 to 3 years, crossing state lines and sometimes moving overseas.
So you can imagine what that could create from a job search perspective. Most of those enlisted homes,
you're going to have to say goodbye to that job, you're going to have to move to the other state, and you're going to have to find another position, which is hard to do every 3 years. And then having to move somewhere else and then build it all over again is really challenging.
most of those enlisted homes are very, very dependent on dual income. And if that spouse who is having to tend to the home fires and make sure logistically that the house is running well, if they are struggling to find employment, or even better, employment that's worth their investment and time, that can be a real problem.
And it has been an ongoing struggle, even before the pandemic.
At a time when people were enjoying very, very low unemployment, there was a sector of our America that was in the grips of crushing unemployment. Sometimes as high as 4 times to 5 times the national average amongst the military spouses.
It's no exaggeration. A 2017 Department of Defense survey found that 24% of military spouses were unemployed, a rate roughly 6 times that of the national unemployment average at the time. Nearly 5 years later, the needle has not moved. The National Military Spouse Network reports that when the unemployment rate in the United States peaked at 14.7% in April 2020, the highest recorded since 1948 when data was first collected, unemployment among military spouses was 10 percentage points higher. In addition, of military spouses who said their families needed 2 incomes to meet their needs, only 59% had full-time or part-time positions. Daunting numbers, but there is a solution.
None of us can be our best if even one of us can't be their best. And I think that is a real problem that confronts our nation, so that it's not just some small minority person's problem.
Connect Nation's newest Digital Works facility was opened in Oak Grove, Kentucky in February 2020, just weeks before the pandemic hit the U.S. The Digital Works program has helped individuals and communities across the country for more than 8 years by providing tailored training and job placement assistance for mostly telework positions. But this particular facility is unique. Located across from the main gate of Fort Campbell, it's focused on helping military spouses and veterans.
I can't think of another group of people that could benefit from remote work more than military spouses because they move around so often.
Cook understands that well. Not only is she a military spouse herself, but she works with other spouses as the facilitator for the Fort Campbell Digital Works program.
My name is Nadja. I'm from Puerto Rico. I actually moved to Fort Campbell with my husband. This is our first duty station, and we've been here for 2 years. We came back from our honeymoon, and he was off to basic.
I have 2 kids. My daughter, Athena, she's 5, and my son, Wes Jr., and he's 2. My daughter goes to school now. She's in the kindergarten, and I stay at home with my son.
Nadia and Arisha recently graduated from the Digital Works program. Both say it met their needs as military spouses.
Taking into consideration the military lifestyle, I thought it would be good to have a job that moves with us. That way I can both support his career and be able to work on mine as well.
It's a lot to keep restarting wherever you move, and I saw that doing Digital Works or taking the program and learning about how you can work from home was really helpful, because you could actually take your work with you, like wherever you moved, and you'd be okay.
In addition, Digital Works proved to be pandemic-proof by moving its training program to an all-virtual platform.
Once I saw that it went virtual, I saw that as a chance for me to do it from home conveniently.
As a result, Digital Works marked its 1,000th job placement in August 2020 at the height of the COVID-19 health emergency. Some of those graduates have already moved on with their spouses to new locations, taking their jobs with them.
That's the power of telework. Your job goes with you everywhere you go, and you have to move so much in the military. It's just, it is a good fit.
Could be here in, Kentucky one day because I'm teleworking. Maybe we get stationed in, Pennsylvania. I still have a position. I can drive to Pennsylvania, open my laptop, and I'm able to continue on with my work.
Being a graduate of the Digital Works program means both short-term training and long-term support.
Thanks to Digital Works, I've been able to see from the other perspective of a customer service representative how the work that it takes to handle this kind of job, the empathy you need, the patience, the consideration for the needs of the customer.
A year down the road, they want to come back and they need their resumes fixed, or they're in a different season of life and they want to look at different opportunities. And we help guide them through that and help them find additional remote work too.
There is one hitch to the program. To provide this kind of support for military spouses means also ensuring they have the access and equipment they need.
When you have telework, and you can sit there and never lose your job. The only time you don't have access to your job is when you don't have access to the internet. And today with a hotspot, depending on where you are, you can kind of get around it a little bit.
Getting a device in the home of that spouse and then a substantial broadband connection to allow them to earn and manage their home, that's an important piece of our Digital Divide mission as well.
If you ask those we talked to, providing the training and access military spouses need is not just important, it's critical to supporting our nation's military.
Giving the opportunity to military spouses to do this program to help them find jobs, remote jobs, and to have that ease of mind knowing that it can follow them wherever they move is amazing.
I have heard of military wives from different bases who would be interested in a kind of program like this, but they're just not available in their area. And I think it's a great opportunity because we're able to support the soldiers who in turn support our country.